Layla's brows furrowed. It could happen, don't be so pessimistic. I laugh at her fronted expression. Whatever you want. That part of Layla hasn't changed. Back then, when I called her to tell her about the visit, she was at my doorstep within 15 minutes, sporting a huge bag filled with clothes and makeup and squealing her head off. You're wearing this, she had announced after pulling me to my room. Rolling out her azure blue kaftan, it was a rich fabric that glided smoothly over my arms. The hemline was stitched in gold, as was the belt at the waist, where it flows from the sides like a waterfall. The color reminded me of the sea, made from rain and spirited away. Magical, that is. Pair that up with the blue eyeliner, and you'll have him begging you to see him again. She winked, and I chuckled. You look absolutely gorgeous in blue eyeliner. Oh, I know that. I waggled my eyebrows, bags of being brown. Whereas I look like a bruised corpse, she wiped imaginary tears from her eyes, her wedding ring sparkling. Stop being dramatic, Layla. I laughed. Her smile turned devilish, her blue eyes glowed. You're right, Hamza likes it a lot. I immediately clamped my hands over my ears. No, I don't need to know anything about that. Guffawing, she pulled at my arms, trying to make me more uncomfortable, but she couldn't string two words together coherently, not with my mortified expression making her fall into a fit of giggles. The sound of Layla sighing snaps me out from my daydream. Life is more than just survival, Salama, she says. I know that, I reply. Our teasing mood has vanished. She gives me a pointed look. Do you really? Because I see the way you act. You're just focusing on the hospital, on working, on me, but you're not actually living. You're not thinking about why this revolution is happening. It's as if you don't want to think about it all. She pauses, holding my stare, and my mouth dries. It's as if you don't care, Salama. But I know you do. You know this revolution is about getting our lives back. It's not about survival, it's about us fighting. If you can't fight here, you won't anywhere else. Not even if you changed your mind and we made it to Germany. I stand and gesture at the forlorn, peeling paint on the walls, at nothing. Fight what? We'll be lucky if the worst that happens to us here is death. And you know what? Either we'll get arrested by the military or a bomb that will kill us. There is nothing to fight for because we can't fight. No one's helping us. I volunteer at the hospital because I can't stand seeing people die. But that's it. Leila looks at me, but there is no annoyance in her eyes, only compassion. We fight while we're still here, Salama. Because this is our country. This is the land of your father and his father before him. Your history is embedded in this soil. No country in the world will love you as yours does. Taz stung my eyes. Her words echo from the history books we read at school. Love for our country is in our bone marrow. It's in our national anthem, which we sang every morning from our first day in school. The words were just words then, but now, after all this, they have become our reality. Our spirits are defined, and our history is glorious, and our martyrs' soul are formidable guardians. I avoid Leila's gaze. I don't want a guilt trip. I've had enough of that already. I've lost enough in this war, I say bitterly. Her voice is firm. It's not a war, Salama. It's a revolution. Whatever. And with that, I walk back to my bedroom, closing the door behind me so I can breathe. All I care about, all I have left in the world, is Layla and the hospital. I'm not a monster. There are people suffering, and I can help. It's the reason I wanted to be a pharmacist, but I refuse to think about why they end up in the hospital. Why all of this is happening. The why took away Mama. I remember her fingers, cold against mine. It took Baba and Hamza to God knows where. I don't want to dwell on the past. I don't want to cry about how I'm going to end my teen years with nothing more than lost hope and nightmare filled sleep. I want to survive. I want my family. I just want my family back, even if what Layla says is the truth. I change into the only pajamas I've left, a black cotton sweater and pants. Decent enough if I ever need to make an escape into the night. In the bathroom, I ignore my wasted reflection and dry brown hair falling past my shoulders and open the water tap out of habit. Nothing. The neighborhood hasn't had water or electricity in weeks. It used to come in bursts, but has stopped altogether with the siege. Luckily, it rained last week, so Lala and I put out buckets to collect the water. I use a small handful for ablution and pray. The sun's feeble rays have vanished from my room's scratched floorboards, and the dark cloak of the night takes over homes. My teeth chatter for a bit with anticipation before I clamp my lips shut, swallowing thickly. Whatever control I exude during the day falters when the sun sets. I sit on my bed, close my eyes, and take deep breaths. I need to clear my mind. I need to focus on something other than the fear and pain that have taken root in my soul. Sweet Elysium, sweet as its name, I murmur, praying for my nerves not to fail me. White petals, used for pain relief, also for colds, abdominal cramps, and coughs. Sweet, sweet. It works. My lungs begin distributing the oxygen evenly to my blood, and I open my eyes and watch the thicket of grey clouds outside my window. The glass is chipped at the sides from when Layla's home took the impact of a nearby bomb, and the frame is splintered. When I moved in, I had to wash blood from the pain. Despite the window being locked, a chill sweeps the room, and I shiver, knowing what's about to happen. The horror I see isn't just confined to the hospital. My terror has mutated in my mind, bestowed with a life and a voice that never failed to show up each night. How long are you going to sit there without talking to me? The deep voice from beside the windowsill, sending goose flesh all over my neck. His voice reminds me of the freezing water I splash over myself when I come home drenched in the martyr's blood. Its tones weighing on my chest, sinking me to the earth below. It's heavy as a humid day and deafening as the bombs the military throws on us. It's what our hospital is built on, and the wordless sounds we make. I turn toward him slowly. What do you want now? Hoff looks at me. His suit is crisp and clean. It troubles me, though, the specks of red lining his shoulder. They have been there since we met, and I still haven't gotten used to them. But I don't like looking at his eyes either. Icy blue. With his midnight black hair, he doesn't look human, which I suppose is the point. He looks as close to human as he can try to be. You know what I want. His voice ripples, and I shiver.